Paul Weep Grana Weep Nitty Bong. I'm Engineer Hoist, and welcome to our weekly Transformers Earth Wars news stream. We record live Wednesdays at 8 p.m. And if you want to join live, come on over. YouTube.com/EngineerHoist. Join up with these fine folks over here in the chat. Like Smarty Dog, Fitz19, Thavish Tiger, Super VH, Volcanicus 69, Wolfman, RB Blades, Lord Avix, Braden Melton, Gen 1 Red Alert, how you doing, my friend? Hot Shot, Joey Johnston's here, and more people will be coming on in. Razorquake 46, as has been Wild Wolf Dog. Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if it's been a while, or even if you were just here last week. I thank you all for being here, and thank you too watching the replay. Definitely good to hear. Okay, so we're going to talk about the event coming up this weekend, and got some crystals to crack. We got some pretty exciting new bots coming. We'll see that in the news here. And coming up, Oktar, one of our channel members, welcome. And let's see, Transformers Earth Wars news. When Worlds Collide is the name of this event. It's kind of funny that we got this event named kind of like we got a pack. There was a 4-pack with Nemesis Primal, Black Arachnia, Bumblebee, and what was his name? Fangry. It was called The Worlds Collide, and every time I hear that, I think of that what was it, Power Man 5000 song, When the Worlds Collide. This is this is what it's like when worlds collide. Anyway, yeah, I didn't want to sing it too good because I don't want to get demonetized. Anyway, that's the name of the event. Little aside there, but let's go ahead and move on. Gather your alliance and take part in this weekend's event to win up to 200,000 Spark and Combat Spark, 1,500 5-star combat shards. I think that's the first time we've been getting 5-star combat shards in an event. 2,500 4-star shards, 5,000 3-star shards, 50,000 premium shards, 1 G-Metal G1 Power Core, 3 regular G-Metal Power Cores, and 7 Gold Power Core chips. Now that's if you and your alliance can hit 1 million, you'll be able to get all of that. If you can't quite hit 1 million, you'll get some of that. It's one big prize list. Starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time, and Super XP throughout the event. Got to be headquarters level 4 and be in an alliance. You hit the yellow event button on the right-hand side. And pick your zone, win the battle, win the points, collect your prizes. Event battle zones are the standard battle zones. And here's a list of the prizes. It's in the newsletter. You'll also see it in the event in the game. So there you go. And they increase the amount of prizes that you win at each level as the prize list as you get deeper into the prize list. So it's kind of top loaded as they've been doing for a while now. So there you go. New combat bots. We saw these guys revealed last week. I think they were revealed a couple weeks ago. We got their bios last week, and we learned their ability this week. But first, we'll go over the bios again. Shattered Glass Steeljaw is hard to rouse or rile, preferring a kind of indolent lifestyle that allows him to do the bare minimum when it comes to actively engaging the enemy. Only one thing is guaranteed to shake him from his stupor, and that's his hate for Ravage, his sworn enemy. Nothing gets his titanium steel teeth grinding and lubricant drooling than the thought of a rematch with his bête noire. Speaking of Ravage, Shattered Glass Ravage takes very little seriously, and loves to find adventure and excitement in even the most dull patrol or extended stakeout. This is one con whose oil can is always half full. Life is for the living, to be grabbed by the scruff of the neck. The only thing that makes his jaw tendons bunch and his hackles rise is Steeljaw, whose very existence is enough to get Ravage in a more combative mode. And their ability, as usual, the combat bots always share an ability. They shoot rockets at your enemies every 20 seconds. They shoot 8 rockets, covering an area in smoke, blocking some damage for 5 seconds. These are companion bots, as you might expect, being that they're the kind of cassettes, just like Ravage, Night Stalker, Glit, Stripes, and we've got quite a few of them now. But yeah, these guys are going to be the companions. So you equip them to a bot, and then they drop them into battle, and they kind of go do their own thing. So pretty cool. Looking forward to that. We found out who the next bots are going to be coming up in this saga's leaderboard, and they did say it's going to be a leaderboard, and it's kind of a new twist to the leaderboard. First up, for the Autobots, they get Shattered Glass Jetfire, looking cool in that black and purple with a little bit of green color mode. It's based on the Shattered Glass Siege Jetfire that came out not too long ago. I did not get this figure. I have the original one in his normal colors, but I liked it. I like the figure. I mean, I think it looked great. It's just I don't have room for it. And but yeah, I mean, I think it looks great. It looks great in the game. And no word on the ability, no bios yet. That'll be coming next week and the week probably bio next week and the ability the week after. And we'll be seeing that. And so there's some pictures of the toy that he's based on. Borrowed this from tfwiki.net. So go head on over there if you want to see this and read a little bit more about Shattered Glass Jetfire. And there was another version of Shattered Glass Jetfire previously. And I've definitely seen some third party using the black and the purple color scheme tends to be the Shattered Glass Jetfire colors. So yeah, pretty cool. And his counterpart is going to be Shattered Glass Thundercracker, and oh my goodness, he is hideously beautiful. I love the colors. I love crazy color schemes like this. And yeah, so there he is. So he's going to be using the Siege mold. We did not get a figure in this color scheme, but if I ever get around to painting, I do have an extra Siege Starscream, which I was already planning on trying to do a color scheme like this. I took reference, grabbed reference photos already, and these are just going into additional into my reference photo folder for the colors, and I love it. It's great. So here's what it was originally based on: Action Master Thundercracker. Pictures from tfwiki.net, and so yeah, for whatever reason, way back when I think it was 1991, they released a Action Master of Thundercracker, and instead of doing him in his normal color scheme, they decided to go crazy colors because it was the 90s. And that's what we did in the 90s. And you can kind of see a taste of the 90s in the legacy packaging with the crazy colors that we they're using for the boxes there. And I've got a bunch of figures with the crazy colors, and I've got a whole shelf for them because I just think it's awesome. But they did actually make a Shattered Glass Thundercracker for this was BotCon 2011, I believe. Again, picture from TFWiki, and based on the Action Master's color. And yeah, so this is actually Shattered Glass Thundercracker. And for the longest time, for whatever reason, I was thinking it was G2 Thundercracker, even like the Action Master, but it's not officially part of G2. It's like tail end of G1. But I think it's because G2 tended to take the original characters and slap crazy colors on them, and I think that's probably why in my head I was thinking G2 all that. But this has been Shattered Glass Thundercracker for the past 11 years now, and yeah. So these last two photos are my two reference photos that I had for the custom, which I want to do with, but probably won't ever do because I don't seem to be doing any of that stuff. Anyway, but yeah, so there's the history of why we've got, as I heard some people call him, Rainbow Thundercracker. I don't remember who said it in the in Discord, but yeah. But I love it. I love the crazy colors. I kind of wish I was a Decepticon for this particular one. So the twist in the leaderboard is normally the top 5 get the 4-star version of the new characters, but this time top 5 is getting the 5-star. So instant 5-star. Normally you gotta wait for like a year before a bot gets a 5-star version, but these guys are coming out, boom, you got a 5-star version of them right away, and the top 5 get them in the leaderboard, get them. They didn't say what the rest of the leaderboard is going to look like say the top 100 maybe get the 4-star, and then a few others then extending the 3-star down. They didn't say anything like that. All they did say was instead of the 4-star, the top 5 get the 5-star. We'll learn more, obviously, about that leaderboard event and the details of it as we get closer to it. So, just hope they're gonna their ability and all that's gonna be worth the fight for 'em. I mean, people are gonna fight for it anyway, but hopefully it'll be worth getting the 5-star. Be very interesting. And that was basically it for the news. I suppose they did say, well, last week we saw there's going to be Omega Supreme / Overlord and the Titan up catch-up bundles. We talked about them last week, so you could spend a little bit of money and upgrade your Omega to or Overlord to a 3-star. Spend a little more, you can upgrade them to a 4-star. Same thing with the Titans. There's a couple of different bundles where if you have a Metroplex or Triptychon unlocked, you can get some of their various resources for a little bit of money. So we talked about that last week, and apparently they're going live this weekend. And it's going to be available until if you don't have them, you won't see them. If you don't have the bots, you're not going to see the bundles, they say. And if you do have them, those bundles are going to be available until you purchase them. It's not like it's going to be just this weekend kind of a thing, like the normal bundles. So there you go. And yeah, on the screen, if you're watching somewhere other than YouTube, that's the address, youtube.com/engineerhoist. Pretty easy. And I do have Instagram and Twitter, but I'm pretty inactive on those. But hey, go ahead and give me a follow, because when I do post something, you'll see it. And that's @EngineerHoist. Pretty easy. The whole branding thing. And I forgot to do this last week, and I apologize. Thank you to all of my channel members and to my moderators for all of your support, either monetarily or through the time and effort you put in to help out in Discord and everything else. I truly do appreciate everything that you do. So that's the news. And normally we do community content, but nobody posted anything this week. And that's fine. That's fine. Fitz19 says he's wearing a ketchup shirt. Ah, the classic debate. Oktar says, is it catsup or is it ketchup? You may as well be starting the Frenzy Rumble debate there on that one. So, got some crystals to crack. But before we do, let's go take a look at the Cyber Pass. How are you guys doing on the Cyber Pass? What score have you gotten to? As you can see, I'm 2,700. So I have completed everything except for the final Shattered Glass skin. I'm gonna go ahead and claim these 5-star shards. There's the 500, and thank you to Luke who gifted me the premium pass. I get an additional 1,000. Unfortunately, that's not enough to complete a 5-star crystal for me. I'm still quite a ways away, but yeah, just what was that, 300 more points, and this should be easy enough to do in 18 days. So let's see, Warpath finished a couple days ago. Prime and Duncan finished the Cyber Pass. Arrow DJ Hart completed it, skins and all. Thunderclash finished. William Wilkinson, 1850. You're well on your way to completing it. Well done. Davish Tiger realized, hey, I need to grind. And I've definitely been more active on the game since the Cyber Pass came out. You know, playing more during the week and playing elimination mode and doing all that stuff. As you can see, I've got my combiner beacon engaged because one of the quests was to harvest a certain amount of Ore 13, and well, guess what? You cannot harvest Ore 13 unless you use it. So I've basically been running all of my combiners every day, even if I don't need them, and also been keeping my combiner beacon active so I can use the Ore 13 so I can harvest more. And yeah, managed to pull that off a few days ago. And I was like, might as well keep that combiner beacon going. And for good measure, might as well go ahead and fire up that shield generator too. Yeah. Oh, even before we get to the crystals, again, we got some, but we'll get there. So, because I got as far as I did, I got the troop upgrade ability. And I think we talked about this last time. I've got 2 of them at level 10 who do have ability level 11 available. And if you have a bot that can go to 11 and it's worth taking to 11 and you get that troop upgrade ability, that is totally the best use of that. So I am going to use that. The question is, do I use it for Elite 1 or for Rhinox? Well, let me tell you, I decided, why not both? Because as it turns out, I do have enough Z-Energon and Spark to do one of them. So I figured I'm just going to take them both to 11. Make it easy. So if you haven't seen it yet, this is what it looks like when you have that token. It doesn't show up in your inventory or anything, but when you go to do an upgrade, it shows there right next to the upgrade button. It gives you the option to use an upgrade item. Same thing happens for the base skip or a bot research skip. You'll see that there. So I'm going to go ahead and use this for Rhinox. Boom! There he is, now a level 11. So he's even more powerful. I already love this guy, so I think I'm going to love him even more. And there's Alita. As you can see now, the upgrade token is gone, but I do have the resources, and I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Boom, level 11. Oh, I can't wait. So there we go. I made it easy. I'll just do both. And really, honestly, those are the only 2 that I have at level 10 that also have a level 11 ability available. That are high enough level. Because like I have Star Saber at level 10, but he doesn't have an upgrade ability. I recently got my 5-star blades to level 10, but he doesn't have an ability 11. So, and Jetfire, I believe, does have an ability 11, but he's only at level 9 right now, and I'm still working on leveling him up. I didn't think it was worth taking him to 10 and then 11 at this point. So that's why I went ahead and said, you know what, let's just do Alita and Rhinox. They're my top 2 bots right now, and they both have ability 11, which I think are both worth it. So there we go. Crystals. Now, I do have shards for a 4-star crystal. Steeljaw, thanks for renewing and continuing to be a channel member for 14 months. I think you're the elder statesman on there. I think you've got the most months in. Thank you for your support all this time, my friend. Let's see. So I do have 4-star enough for 4-star shards for a crystal, but the rumor is the 4-star Titan part could be in 4-star shards, kind of like how the 3-star part was 3-star shards. If they keep the same pattern, then the 4-star part might be 4-star shards. So I think a lot of people are starting to save the 4-star shards, and I think that might be a good idea for me because most of my 4-stars crystals anyway are going to be duplicates. So I'm just going to go ahead and save my 4-star shards for the time being. And if it turns out that the 4-star part comes in some other form, it uses some other currency, well, then I'll just crack open a whole bunch of 4-star crystals at some point in the future. No big deal. But I do have a 3-star crystal, because I did already claim the 3-star part, even though I haven't got Metroplex yet. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it. And let's see. So we've got a G1 chip here. I want to say this is a G-Metal. This is from the Cyber Pass. We've got a G-Metal G1 Wheeljack. Okay, cool. I think that's my first G1 Wheeljack core. I've got a gold healing core, I think, on my Wheeljack right now. So cool. And we got another one. This is a gold. I want to say this is a G1 core. It is. That Springer? Yeah. I've got my Cronus on Springer. I'll keep this in the wings in case I ever want to move my Cronus to somebody else. And I don't even remember what all these other ones are. We'll just open them. Ah, XP core, right. This is from the Cyber Pass as well, and this is a G-Metal XP core then. Harvey Blade's got the gold G1 Cup core. Cool. And we've got 3 gold cores. I think the rest of these are from last weekend's event. Don't think I need that one. Enhanced Ordnance, always helpful. Always helpful. I've got a few of those, but I'm sure I can use it at some point. Prime and Duncan got a gold G1 Mirage. Oh, Volatile Mixture. What man? Those last two, very good. Volatile Mixture seem to be hard to come by. I'm sure I could find somebody to put that on. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do the X10. These are premium combat chips. Let's see if we get anybody good, or if it's just Dupe City. Razorquake pulled a gold G1 Optimus. Cool. I do like the G1 Optimus core. Yeah, it seems like all duplicates so far. I haven't even been paying attention to who they are, reading their chat messages. Savage Tiger got a gold G1 Prowl, but don't have a 4-star Prowl. Well, hang on to it. I mean, you could put it on a 3-star if you want, or you could just hang on to it. I've got some G1 cores that I'm just hanging on to right now because I don't have them, and I'll get them at some point. And let's go ahead and do these premium crystals, and then we'll go do the rest one by one. Warpath got a G-Metal Prowl for his 5-star. Yeah, that was a great pull. And Brick's Motion is saying his G-Metal First Aid will go on the 4-star First Aid until they get a 5-star, and hold Cup for whenever get a 4-star Cup. Definitely not putting the 3-star. Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely done that. You know, if I get a G-Metal, I'll put it on my 4-star, and if I get a 5-star later, well, then I'll move it. Let's do these last 2 premium crystals. There's Hoist. And these combat chips. Am I going to do an updated version of the best outpost bot soon? What, you don't think it holds up? Yeah, there's definitely some better outpost bots out there since I made that video. I think the worst outpost bots is still pretty valid. Especially my number 1. Healers. There'll never be a worse outpost bot than a healer. Alright, so that's it. As expected, it's all Dupe City. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, Fitz requested to join. Gotta think about this one. What do you guys think? Should we let Fitz join? Okay. Look at that. You were approved into the Alliance live on stream. How do you feel about that? What was I gonna do? Oh, okay, right. Oktar says, just finished off everyone in Legacy 3 and 7. And, yeah, did you see that? He's saying hi, live stream. Just finished everyone in 3 and 7. Actually, let's go to the Decepticons. I haven't used them, so all the Legacies will be available there. So finished off everybody they wanted in 3. And finished off everybody wanted in 7. So where do we go next? Where do we go next for his next 5-star? So he's thinking Legacy 6. With Reflector, Tantrum, Octane, Ramjet, and Scavenger. So you got 7. Legacy 4 is pretty good. Lugnut and Soundwave are good. You might be wanting to avoid the chance of Hook or Straxus. Brawl's good too. Honestly, yeah, I've got, you know, obviously all of Legacy 4, and I think they're all definitely useful. Legacy 8, I see somebody saying. Warpath is saying 8, Silverbolt saying 4 or 8, Prime and Duncan saying 4 and 8, Bricks Motion is saying 8. So here is 8. With Scourge, Impactor, Blot, Octopunch, and Scrapnel. All of them, I think, are really good choices. Oh, you finished 4 too. Okay, so there you go. So you just finished 4 for so long you forgot that it's you didn't even bother to mention it. So there's 8 versus, what was your other choice? 6? Reflector, Tantrum, Octane, Ramjet, or Scavenger. Honestly, between the two of them, I'd probably go 8. Who's in the current crystal? Blitzwing, Runamuck, Guyhawk, Headstrong, Whippersnapper. Yeah, I concur with the other advice. If I would probably go 8. I mean, obviously it's up to you, and I know you said as much. So if your heart is with Legacy 6, I think there's definitely some good bots in there. If I had to pick between the two, I'd probably choose 8. And there's 6 again. Definitely some good bots. I mean, Reflectors, you know, 5-star healers are always good. Tantrum with his Reflective Shield is going to be great. Octane, yeah. I have troubles trying to use Sandstorm sometimes, just because I kind of wish his range was a little bit bigger. I don't have a 5-star Sandstorm, but the 4-star anyway. Ramjet, I still don't even have a 4-star Goldfire to play with, but I think I've heard great things about him. I know Sunstreaker Waza was fawning over him for quite a while, even though I think he may have fallen out of fashion a little bit. Scavenger, I like Rust Dust. I like Scavenger. I use them all the time. Definitely like their ability. You know, bring the rain. So, yeah, 6 or 8. I'd probably lean 8, but I think 6 is a good choice. RB Blade saying, glad Grind Time and Waza aren't trolling. Yeah, but I saw your troll earlier, and I chose to ignore it. Yeah, there we go. If it's saying NTG can help build the account back up from the long break, I hope. Well, your break better be over, otherwise you're going to be finding yourself on the outside again, my friend. Daniel Evans is saying Goldfire is the man. Smarty Dog is asking, are loot links dead now? The monthly loot links, yes. They're not giving out the monthly loot links anymore because the Cyber Pass is out. That's how you can get free stuff. I do have loot links in my Discord. I do a weekly giveaway every Wednesday, so if you're in Discord, the giveaways are up. Go on over there. I mean, if you're watching live, depending on when you watch the replay, they may be over already. But I start them like right about an hour or so before the stream, and it runs for a day. So plenty of time, as long as you get on the Discord sometime between now and about a day from now. Go on over there. All you got to do is click a little reaction button. It puts your name in there, and I've got some loot links I give away. That's how I do it. Because honestly, it's a lot easier to do it that way than to try to figure out and get names and informations live on stream and stuff like that. So that's why I do it that way. It is fun to do giveaways on stream sometimes, but it's definitely a lot easier to do it in Discord. So come on over there. I mean, it's a free app. You can sign up and you put it in there. If you win, I send you a link in direct message, also known as private messages or whatever, right there in the game. You click the link, it opens up the game, and you win Engineer Hoist Secret Stash, which gives you a chance at certain prizes, some premium shards or Spark, Combat Spark, Combiner Spark, I think, are the choices. Up to 10,000 of one of them. So seems to be pretty fun. Everybody seems to like it. Hey, it's free. It's free. It's all you had to do is go and click the link. And all the other content creators have them too, and we all have different ways of giving away. I know Aero DJ Hart just came on as a content creator. I don't know if I've mentioned that. You guys have probably seen it, but congrats. Soulja is there on the was it Transformers Earth Wars Addicts Discord. So figure Waza has some, Grind Time has some, I think. Skyward Greer, everybody's got their own little secret stash link so we can give away. So, are you allowed to share the stashes with your friends? Hey, it's your link. It's up to you what you want to do with it. If I send you a link, if you win, I send you a link. You are more than welcome to forward it on to somebody else. It's not tied to you. Just don't click it and then send it, because then they'll just get the link has already been used message. So, but yeah, if any of you ever wins a loot link in one of the giveaways and you want to be nice and gift it to somebody else, yeah, just forward that link off to somebody, to your friend or whoever. What was I gonna do? Yeah, okay. I got some new toys. I think we're done with the game. Or, questions can come up or whatever. So, but I got new toys. Joseph Phil, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the stream and to the channel. Got these guys. My first Studio Series Bumblebee figures that I found. Core class, Shockwave and Ravage. Shockwave is in his little H-Tank mode. Very similar to the Transformers Prime. Alt mode. And I believe that they basically use the same kind of alt mode for the Dark of the Moon Shockwave too. And it's pretty cool. And it's very convenient for him because even though he faces this way and can shoot and all that, he's still able to keep an eye on what's behind him. Because he just basically turned his head around and there's his eye sticking right out the back. So, they say you got eyes in the back of your head. Well, this guy is doing exactly that. He's got his eye right there. Well, that's the front of his head. He just turned his head around. But yeah, so, he just... Anyway, I thought that was funny. But yeah, to transform this guy... It's easy to get this cannon in his head. It's not so easy to get it out because it's kind of got a swivel there. So, and the head rotates. There it goes. So yeah, you can see it's kind of got this little handle there, and it flips like that so you can hold it in bot mode. And he's just kind of got a hole in the back of his head that you just kind of shove it in there. You flip it around. And let's see. So untab the arms from the legs. And you can rotate this whole top section up like that and just kind of keep his arms kind of out of the way for the moment. Come in under here. Flip up this little tab here and then untap the legs and then bring this whole section up and around to form his chest and torso. There you go. And you can probably figure out the legs from there. You just fold them down, flip up the feet so they can stand. And then the arms, they do kind of tab in back here, so untab them. Rotate below the elbow. And there you go. There's Studio Series Core Class Shockwave. And you can put his cannon on either hand, but we all know Shockwave usually has the cannon hand on his left. So there you go. There's a little Core Class Studio Series Bumblebee Shockwave. Pretty nice little figure. I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to be seeing a Voyager version of this figure, or Deluxe or Voyager version of this figure. I think they just wanted some other, you know, Ravage makes sense as a core class. I think they just wanted some other core class to come out this time. And they're like, yeah, let's do Shockwave. But I have no doubt that we'll be seeing a larger version of him. They haven't announced it, but I would be very surprised if this is the only one that we'll get. But he's a good little figure. And Ravage, of course, he doesn't turn into a cassette, but he does turn into like a box. And as you can see, no, I don't have the Bumblebee Soundwave, so but he does fit in there. I've seen other people do it. I don't have that Soundwave to show it off yet, but you know, if you fold him up, he does. You have to take this piece off. And if you look closely, you can see this is actually, you know, it's the same as Soundwave's cannon. So if you do have the Studio Series Bumblebee Soundwave, you could actually put this into his cannon to give him more of a G1 look. And that comes with Ravage. So this is basically his little box mode that fits in. It's a little tricky to get these legs in the configuration to where, the first time I did it, the front feet here were kind of sticking down and that wouldn't have gone in, so I had to kind of undo it a little bit and rearrange it. So it's a little tricky to get these all to where he's a nice little perfect box shape, but it's doable. It's definitely doable. And so we'll just take off his little laser guns off here, which kind of complete the box shapes, because, you know, if you don't have those on, it still works, but it's not perfectly boxy. It's got a little bit of extra bit there. And let's see. So pull out his tail and pull that out. You can pull out his head. This is probably a different order than what they say, but you know, it's fine. Undo his front legs. Undo the back legs. The legs do tab in. There's a little post right here for the front legs, and the back legs, they have a post, and there's a little hole right there for them to tab in. Now we'll get those done. There is an extra little rotation, like the whole hip will rotate back. You can kind of see that happening there. All the way back like that. So that's how the legs, you know, kind of end up. And then, of course, once you've got it there, you can rotate the legs around to where they're properly oriented for a mechanical Jaguar. He does have this extra little piece that kind of hides on his belly when he's in his little box mode. We'll bring his front legs down. And this piece will tab up there for his robotic Jaguar mode. These little pieces, just like on his G1 counterpart, will attach to his legs. There's little holes on his legs here. And there you go. Now, if you don't happen to have Soundwave who will make use of this, there is a storage place for him in his robot mode. You guys have probably seen that in pictures, and it's almost obscene because, yeah, It just kind of sits under there, kind of like, yeah, you guys can use your imagination. But it's not what you think it is. It's a gun. It fires, lasers and stuff. And his little mouth does open. So he can growl at you and whatnot. Very cool. Probably one of the best, if not the best, Ravage that we've gotten in a very long time, if ever. I mean, for like this type of thing, like not counting like Beast Wars type of Ravage or whatever, but kind of like a cassette Ravage. This is one of the, if not the best Ravage that you're gonna find out there. Definitely worth picking up this if you're a fan of Ravage at all, or what, then yeah, even if you're not a fan of Bayformers or the live action movie stuff, or the Bumblebee movie or whatever, this Ravage is fantastic. It's absolutely unbelievable. And of course he turns into a box, but that's basically what a cassette is. It's just a squished box, whereas this is more of a shipping box. Right? So yeah, definitely. Even if you want to pass on Shockwave, go get yourself a Ravage. Yeah. Speaking of that, how about a comparison? I've got this is Netflix Soundwave, and he happens to have Ravage. See, basically a box. It's like a pizza box, except it's a cassette. Now the trick is trying to remember how to transform this guy. And I don't remember. We're getting somewhere. Yeah, see, he's kind of got that little hip thing too. I'm getting there. Kind of tight on the joints here. And the head is in here. So here is your Siege Ravage. He's got the little guns, they're kind of part of the molding. So there is your Siege Ravage. Compare him with your Bumblebee movie Ravage. If you had to take your pick, I sure know which one I would pick. He doesn't have the most G1 look, this Studio Series guy, but man, he's great. Well, Siege Ravage isn't that bad, but Studio Series is better. There you go. So, go get yourself a core class Ravage. Really good. And I just realized I just did a review right there. I should cut that part out and post it up as another video. So I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm Engineer Hoist, keep rolling, my friends. See you next time. Just in case I want to cut it out. But we'll keep going. Stick around. I might as well. It's basically done. It's not the cleanest, but hey, it's content, right? Content. You guys have to promise me, though, just because you watched it here, if I do post it again, go watch it again. I need views. I need watch time. And if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? We had a couple of people subscribe. Tim, I think, just subscribed. Thank you. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. I've got subscriber-only chat on right now, so everybody I see chatting, I know they're subscribed. If you want to chat, you need to subscribe. Wait 5 minutes, and then you can go, and then you can chat too. The only reason I'm doing that is if you don't, you get people coming in here spamming and posting inappropriate stuff. That's the only reason why. So I mean, if you want to be part of the chat, just subscribe. Wait 5 minutes, you can chat. It'd be nice if people just wouldn't post inappropriate stuff, but yeah, that's the reality. That's really all I got this week. Was those two guys? When did I get? I think I got them Friday. Got them Friday. One thing I have been doing, I didn't bring any show and tell, which it occurred to me a while ago. That's basically what these reviews are. Remember back in like elementary school or whatever? For some of us, it's a very long time ago. For some of you, it might have been last year. But you used to have like show and tell. You can bring your own. You can bring stuff in. I remember show and tell. I'd bring a backpack full of all my favorite Transformers and. Yeah, talk about this is Metroplex and he turns into a city and this and that. I remember, yeah, I'd bring a backpack full of Transformers for show and tell, and that's basically what we're doing here for reviews. It's basically show and tell, but we film it and put it out there for the world to see. So pretty cool. Super Vage saying, no, not show and tell, please no. Dude, that's what this is. This is show and tell. It's like, I'm up at the front, the camera, and all of you guys watching, you're the class. Sitting here, and this is my favorite figure I just got for this last week. His name is Ravage. He turns into a box that he can put inside another big Transformer that turns into a box, except he's a tape player. Is that not what we do, right? It's show and tell for the world. So yeah, it's great. Anyway, like I was saying, the other thing I've been doing is I've been tightening joints on my figures, and because that pterosaur came in, his feet, they're ball joints, but they're a little loose, and so floor polish works great. I've done the floor polish, but I did get some of that Kiki fix loose joints stuff. You can get it on Amazon. It's like for $10. It's a little, but why I got that, even though I have the floor polish, which does work, is the applicator. It's got like almost like a needle applicator that you can get it right on there and really control how you're doing. Big huge bottle of floor polish, you got to do some other stuff. It's a little difficult, but anyway, that worked great. So I was like, hey, let me try doing some more stuff. So I pulled down my Generations Rhinox. If you've ever got the Thrilling 30 Rhinox, not the Kingdom, the Thrilling 30 Rhinox, his knee joints completely loose. I mean, if you shake the figure, they would just be wag back and forth. They had zero friction whatsoever, to the point where the dude could not stand at all. Straight out of the box, couldn't stand. And for all this time, it's probably 10 years now. I didn't do anything about it, but I'm on a roll. I got all this stuff, and I was like, hey, let me get him down here. I transformed him, and yes, I remembered. I had to figure out a little bit. I didn't remember exactly. But I put the stuff on his knees. It's good. He can stand now. I'm like, why did I wait so long? So, cause he's just been sitting on my Beast Wars, hanging out with the Masterpiece Beast Wars figures, but in Rhino mode, because he can't stand. Well, now he's standing in robot mode with his chain guns of doom. But yeah, so I did that. That Toy World World War II hot rod, Fierce Hot. It's been 3-4 weeks now. His arms were very loose. It turns out some of the parts that were loose were screws. I just needed to tighten up, but he definitely had ball joints loose. So I did that. Works great now. And it occurred to me, I had those World War One triplane seekers. I got Skywarp Thundercracker and like like a red. It's not really Starscream because it's red. Call them Red Wing or whatever. But their knees were a little loose when you try to stand them up because you know they've kind of got the chicken legs. They were kind of loose. They'd almost kind of want to droop down a little bit. I was like, hey, that'd be another good place for them. So I put that up, and they're standing solid now. So now I'm sitting here thinking, it's like, oh, what other figures do I have that are loose that I can magically fix now? So yes, if you don't want to bother with the floor polish and all the other stuff, get Kiki Fix Loose Joints. It works fantastic. Otherwise, regular floor polish will work. And I did see, I think you can buy a pack of those same little applicators on Amazon or somewhere that you could probably pour the floor polish in and use that applicator to get kind of the same effect. It wasn't until I had already ordered the Kiki that I thought, hey, what if do they even sell these types of applicators? And then of course they do. I'm like, oh, I already ordered the stuff, might as well use it. But whenever I run out, I'm going to order some of that and pour floor polish in it and use it. Because the hardest part about the floor polish is trying to get it where you want it, but not where you don't want it. You know what I'm saying? So, whew, yeah. Must have had a big backpack to put Metroplex. G1 Metroplex isn't actually that big. G1 Ultra Magnus is bigger than G1 Metroplex. Or at least they're roughly the same size. Which is roughly leader class size. I don't have Metroplexes in the other room. Fits. But I would say he's a little bit wider, but you know, Slug, height wise, G1 Metroplex is roughly about this size. I mean, tight, you know, Generations Metroplex obviously is huge. G1 Metroplex, not that huge, believe it or not. Fitz says, I play instruments in band. Oh, really? What instruments do you play? I was in band. I played a few instruments. I have no idea what happened there. Must have accidentally bumped the screen on my phone. So Fitz asked for look at the base. Okay, because it's clustered and you need help. Yeah, I'm the person to ask about how to uncluster your base. Do you see this? This has been my base for like 5 years. It's the most clustered base you could possibly get. You're asking me for base tips? I had in my mind a few years ago to do like base building tip videos, and then I looked at my base. I'm like, I'm nobody to be giving anybody base tips. So let's go visit Fitz's base. Oh, you played percussion, huh? Big Bronze Rim played too, but hey, that's one of the ones I played. In the marching band, I played tuba. Sousaphone. You know, the one you wear? Oh, so much fun. So much fun. Alright, so here's Fitz's base. Yeah, see, you're asking me for tips. You basically modeled your base like mine. So, but let's take a look at it anyway. Yeah, well, first of all, this little triangle section of wall you got over here is doing nothing for you. These guys back here are probably doing nothing for you. If anything, maybe put your beam lasers back there. These guys, maybe put those back there. But these guys back here are doing absolutely nothing for you. They're too far away. I mean, see, look at the range. It doesn't even hit the headquarters. If the bots come up from the front, these things are never even going to activate. Unless you direct the bots with walls or something out to the sides, these cannons are probably not doing much for you. It's good that you got your outposts here kind of centrally located. Even though these guys are kind of a little off to the one side. If you want to do kind of a straight line, maybe do them a little bit more straight down the center line. And let me tell you, if you want to make me angry when I'm trying to level up with a lead of 1, put all of your outposts right back here by the headquarters. Because that's about the only time I lose my leveling runs with Elite 1 is when people put their all 3 outposts back there and I can't avoid popping them. It's worse if I see Mind Wipe come out. If they've got their outposts right back by the headquarters, you know, I got to go for it. So I do. And then when I see Mind Wipe pop out, I'm just like, that's it. I'm done. But beyond that kind of stuff, I don't have a whole lot more for you. But you just got to think about the ranges of your defenses. Like see these laser turrets are very small range. That circle there, that's where they activate. So anything outside that circle, it may as well not even be there, according to this laser turret. That's why, you know, the missile launcher is, see, that's got a huge circle, so it's okay. You got that good. Even these beam lasers, that's pretty good. They got a good range. They're going to cover both sides of the headquarters. That's good. The mortars are got a pretty good range. Even the cannons are a decent range. Shock tower is a little bit less than a cannon. These laser turrets, very small range. Are the walls guarding the headquarters good? No, they're practically useless, honestly. If your attacking bots made it that far, first of all, gunners will shoot right over that wall like it's nothing, and any kind of warriors or whatever, they'll break right through that. So I would use those walls. I would use these walls somewhere else. They don't really do anything for you. So I mean, you've got what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8, 9, 10, 11 walls, including these over here, plus these around there. You could put a whole second row of walls, maybe. So. And if you go look at my base, I've got these walls extending all the way out to the side. They're practically pointless too, because any teams that attack me, they just go walk right around them. When I was a lower level and I didn't have so much stuff and everything did fit into these squares, the square basically, it did help. But now that I've got more stuff and I've got these defenses over here on the outside, and I've got this stuff over here on the outside, it's easy for them just to drop over on the side here, and then they'll just walk straight around. So. Yep. All that for 1 or 13. What about the smiley? There's no smiley. I don't know what you're seeing. I promise. I am not kidding. That right there. I know. You pointed out it was smiley. Waza looked at my base. He said, "Oh, nice smiley face you have there." I promise you, that's the first time it even occurred to me that, oh my gosh, that is a smile. I swear that I did not intend for it to be that way. I was not going for a smile. But I cannot deny that it is. So maybe I should turn it to a frown. Maybe I'll win a few more battles. Although I did win. I have won a couple in the last couple weeks, so. Oh, what do we got here? Who's talking to me? No, he's... Razor Quake 46. You wanted me to look at your base? Okay, fine. We'll do one more base look. Ba 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 ba. I'm loving it. Talking about this guy? Alright, so let's look at this base. Yeah, so you've got your outpost back here. all of these resources up here by themselves, I should probably throw a couple of cannons up there. It's not a bad thing to have your resources out there, because the bots will take the time to attack it, and while they're attacking it, your defenses can still attack them. So just a big bunch of resources is probably not a good idea, but if you do that, throw some like laser turrets and or cannons or a shock tower or something in the middle of all that, so they'll be firing on the bots that come attack. But let me tell you, with this base right here, I would probably drop over this side, and my bots will mostly come up in through this way, and I'll do whatever I can to send them through this way and skipping this side of the base. And that's actually probably the way you've got it. You'd still have to be going through all of the defenses anyway, except maybe this mortar, but he's got range that he can attack, so not terrible. But it's just, you know, your level 12 headquarters, and your cannons are 11, 11, 9, 11, 11. So you're doing pretty good keeping up with your defenses with your headquarters level. So it's all right. Just, you know, as usual. Just sometimes you just got to level up your bases, you know. Let's see. Oh, we're doing all the rate your bases. Okay. So is the reason why you guys are asking me to rate your bases because Waza didn't do a stream tonight? You didn't get a chance for him to rinse your bases, so you're asking me to do it for you? All right, so let me see. So global. Are you guys in global or? So if you're not in the alliance, I'm not sure how I would be able to how I'd be able to check your base, because I think there's multiple different globals. So are you just elite? What's your game name? What's your in-game? Well, are you? Let me go over to leaderboard. RB Blades is there. Okay, I'll go on global. I see you, RB Blades. We'll get you there. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's actually, if you're able to do it in game, it's actually better because you can move around and tap on and see, and it's like, okay, this is level 12. I can see you got Metroplex. Well done. You got to step up on me, but you got your combiner engaged. Got your shield generator going on. Missile launchers, yeah, you got your laser beams over there. A couple of cannons there. And here. Yeah, you got a pretty good defense around your headquarters up here. It would be dangerous for bots to rush straight to your headquarters and trying to bypass other stuff. I would tell you, you're probably wasting one of your shock towers. At least I would attack on one side or the other. So I'll deal with this shock tower here, and then I'll go and I'll try to clear this area out so my bots will go up, and I'll probably this shock tower will probably be sitting there completely unused during the battle that I would take on your base. Otherwise, I think you got it spaced out pretty well. maybe put your shock towers back here near these things. Yeah, because you got the spaces right on either side of them. Maybe put the shock towers there, or maybe put the shock towers right here where these storages are. Yeah, same thing. These things are got a slow range, so or a small range. So if I attack on one side, if I attack on this side, this guy will get used. This guy probably won't get a shot off. Maybe if my bots end up coming through this way, he might get a couple shots off. But I'll do whatever I can to try not have them go this way. Like I'll probably kill these things from a distance so they don't go past that way. So otherwise, I think it's pretty good base. You just got to get, you know, like always, just got to keep working on leveling them. So. Swap with the auto cannons in the back. Yeah, maybe. You know what usually what gets me a lot is like if you have the shock towers, kind of like what I was wanting to do here. Like if you have the shock towers there, and I should probably, well, nobody ever comes in through the center anymore, just because my base design's terrible. But like I've got Sentius Magnus, Star Saber, Slash. Really, what I ought to probably have here is like Gnaw and Blaster. And maybe even move Chromia down here. You know, get the bots paused in between the shock towers, and that's usually where I die because I'm getting shocked while I'm trying to fight off all those darn little minions, or being shocked by Chromia or C.O.M.B.A.T. So. All right, who was next? Robbie Blades. Fitz is only 0 medals, by the way, guys, because he just joined the Alliance, so it hasn't updated with his proper medal count. That always scares me, the kicker visit. That always scares me. Oh, Arrow DJ Hart in the global chat. Okay, we'll come for you guys. Come for you next. Oh, you know, I don't even look at the power cores. I see you got some G metals, some golds, and some silvers. That's all that. Honestly, when I come into a base, first thing I do, I just turn the power cores off, just like I did there. I don't even really consider the power cores. It doesn't change my attack strategy. So. Yeah, so you got pretty good. Oh, this was an anti-air laser. What I would do, yeah, you might want to take the anti-air laser off of this one because what you'll find is your bots will come right up to your base, and this guy's going to sit here doing nothing because he's only looking in the air. If you have one of those, what do they call the laser ricochet core for that, or just leave it without a core? Yeah, like one of these. This would probably be a good. These guys, that's a good one. I would swap this guy with that guy. I'd probably put this anti-air laser down here and put this laser ricochet up closer to the headquarters. And see, you've got the nice double shock tower thing here, but you got nothing to keep the bots in between them. Because you got your outposts over here. Maybe if you moved at least one of them back, like this big empty spot in front of your headquarters, maybe throw something up there with Blaster. Or Gnaw, maybe. Or Chromia might be a good one to put up in there. So as the bots come up here in between these, then Chromia pops out, puts her little shock tower and shocks everybody, so they're stuck right there in between these two shock towers. That might work well. Let's see what you guys are doing. So Blaster Blades and Star Saber. Okay, so RB Blades. Yeah, so the outpost that I said put up by the headquarters there, RB Blades. Maybe move the one with Blaster up there. Yeah, everybody's always working up on their upgrading their defenses. Let's see. Fitz and Sadie has got 4,438 medals. Yeah, when you joined, I saw you had a fair number of medals. Whenever, if you're in the game, until you leave the game and come back in, whoever just joined is going to show us 0 medals. That's just how it is. Action Whale says, Dead End Solo is my first thought. Take down the right laser and missile launch, and the rest is history. On RB Blade's base. Yeah, well, you know, no base. That's true. That's possible, but no base is going to be impervious to every possible attack. Dead End Solo, yeah. Honestly, I could take his base out with Elita 1 pretty easily as well. But if I took some other team in there that I could not jump through that and had to force my way through the base, it would be a little bit more difficult. So you can't and if you do protect against those types of attacks, you're going to be vulnerable to other ones. So, all right. So I'm in global. So who in there wants there we go. Heart Prime saying rinse me. Another one with Metroplex, making me feel bad. I'm gonna do it. And you know, actually, let me tell you, I know I can do it. Why? Because on my test account, which got because I had originally gotten Metroplex on the test account, but they reset it back to what my account is currently, and so I'm actually a little bit beyond because I've been playing the main one, not the other one. And I went through the campaign and got Metroplex on the test account, so I know I can do it. It's just a matter of sitting down and doing it and recording it. And let me tell you, honestly, it's the recording it thing is the issue, because sometimes I'm tired at the end of the day and I don't want to record. And it's not something I can do on stream because I have to use the same team, the same high-level team multiple times. So, and I don't want to spend coins on it. So it's going to be, okay, let's go do this. Let's go do this level. And then I'm going to have to wait for a cooldown. Then we'll go do another level in an hour, wait for a cooldown. So it's not something I could do on stream. I'll have to record it and post it. But it's sitting down and recording it is what's holding me up. Anyway, so look at all these G-Metal cores. Nice. If I turn my base on, you'll see a fair amount of G-Metal cores too. And you've actually gone and actually used your build bots. Mine are, as you see, are still way out in front. I'm not using them at all. Well, let's turn that off. So you got a pretty nice. Are you maxed? Looks like all your walls are maxed. And, oh, definitely not going to be doing any Dead End or Elito solos on this one. With all 4 outposts there, and you got all 3 of your beam lasers right there. And your MDS. Yeah, ain't nobody soloing this base, that's for sure. But this business out here, and I see you've got your sneaky shark mines over here. I'll tell you now, just based on power level alone, I couldn't beat this base. My teams are not strong enough to take this down. But just based on the layout, assuming this was the same level, okay, it is maxed. Okay, so let's assuming this is a level that I could attack. This business back around by your headquarters with all these outpost bots would probably be a little difficult. If I were to see this in a war, I would definitely make sure to bring Rhinox, because I would take 2 or 3 swipes across this little section in here, and it would, if it doesn't take it down, it would soften it up very well. Because that's mostly just because of how great Rhinox is. But I would probably miss these. I would probably miss these guys, these shark mines, or spider mines, I would probably miss these on the first pass. So they would probably trip me up, because I would probably miss them. So they're hidden pretty well. Except for now that it's on YouTube, and anybody who watches me review your base, or if you show it off on your YouTube, you've given away your secret. But if I saw this, I would probably bring a combiner. I would bring Rhinox. I'd swipe across this to soften it up. I'd bring Computron or Defensor, which would probably finish off the rest of this. I would probably try to pop your outposts in your combiner outpost before I dropped my combiner, so they would, you know, kind of negate their special abilities and waste some time on your combiner. But like I said, honestly, just based on the power level, I would definitely not beat this. But it's definitely doable. I will bet, if you're looking at your defenses, you're probably seeing most people clear out this business up here, and they lose it back here where they pop your outposts. That would be my guess. So, yeah, pretty cool. Like I said, I'm not really somebody who's qualified to give base design tips, really, but I appreciate you guys asking, because I mean, look at my base; it's super easy. But even as simple as it is, I couldn't beat my own base for the most part. Oh, you want to see my power cores? I mentioned it. There they are. So here we go. So I did upgrade a couple of build bots, and they're doing a really good job keeping this section of grass healed. And maybe it's helping with that with that mortar. But this guy right here, this patch of grass and landing strip never takes any damage. This build bot is doing a fantastic job. Let me just tell you that much. But yeah, so I've got some G metal. Like, I think all my beam lasers now have G metal. Yeah. One thing I don't have is I don't have any missile launcher G metal cores. They've still both just got, or all three of them got gold. So, but yeah, it's definitely all gold or G metal on my base. So they get in the way. All right, let's see what else you got. Let's see what else you guys got. Laughing at the grass. DJ Hart saying, just so he's saying, DJ got a scary looking base. Just Lee said, I'd have to rush those outposts, to be honest. Then deploy a combiner just to stand a chance. Yeah, DJ Hart says, I can't beat my own either. Yeah. Always thought don't put the weapons too close. It's an easy target for blades or dirge. Yeah, well, I already left the base, but if you saw, his laser cannons were a fair distance apart. He would, if you sent blades or dirge up there, you would get one, but not the other. If they're a little too close, you can drop them, and it'll actually, I've done this before, where they're close. You can get both lasers, and they'll just attack each other, and then it's kind of fun. It's like, okay, which one's gonna win? Which one's gonna win? But the way he had them, they were far enough apart that you would only get one or the other. Is it bad if you can beat your own base? Not necessarily. Bases tend to get farther ahead than bots. It depends on how you play. I don't know how DJ Hart's playing, but I know when I play, I spread the love across all of them. I don't have really any bots really that are far and above any other bots, because I didn't focus on like a war team. The two bots that are farthest ahead are Sentius Magnus and 5-star Elita 1. Why? Because I was power leveling with Sentience Magnus until I got a Elite 1, and then I started power leveling with the Elite 1. Everybody else stays at relatively same same level. So if you did that, if where you took a team, said this is like my team, this is my top team, this is how it's going to be, and they're going to be so light years ahead of all the rest of my squads, then yeah, your bots might be getting ahead of your base. But for the most part, I think most people's bases were leading their bots. So. Every Blaze is saying just copy Waz's base. Honestly, it's a chore redesigning the base. That's why I haven't done it. Even if I was just copying somebody's, it's still got to sit down and take the time. And I think they did put down where you can actually like just take everything out. And I was like, oh yeah, that'd be great if I want to redesign the base. And even with that, I just like, I got better things to do. Because you know what it is? Even you're still going to lose a lot of the bases. I mean, I've seen on Waz's streams, and I'm not trying to knock anybody. Please understand. But I've seen where all this thought and effort into designing the perfect base, and I look at the war scores on his screen, it's 10,000 versus 10,000. They're putting all this effort into base design and all that stuff, and everybody on both sides is still crushing everybody. What's the point? At that level, everybody's bots are so far beyond the bases that what's the point of even the base design? I mean, it's almost like you have to make a really bad mistake to lose a battle. So I don't know. Maybe it's just because I don't compete in that league. I don't understand, but it's just so much effort only just to have everybody still completely destroy your base anyway. So I'm just like, okay, somebody came in and destroyed my base. Okay, yeah, I figured that would happen. So the only time I win defenses is because somebody comes into my base underpowered. That's absolutely right, Justly. You never can design a perfect base. Because, like I mentioned before, if you design a perfect base to counteract a particular attack style, a different attack style will easily crush it. Like you can leave your... Before C.O.M.B.A.T came around, everybody had the headquarters all the way in the back and everything else out up front. Very difficult to win that base. Win that battle. It's a very effective strategy. The hexagon, the honeycomb kind of thing, everything out front, headquarters off by itself. Very difficult to win those time traps, they used to call them. But then C.O.M.B.A.T came around. Bounce, 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 easy win. Oh, well, it's okay. So now we got to go and redesign and protect the headquarters. Well, now it's a lot easier up front for the whole team to kind of beat that and still make its way up. Okay, so now we got to look for another strategy. So it's like for every base design, when you design for a particular attack strategy, it's going to leave you open to others. There's no way to defend against every possible strategy, except to be more powerful than the bots that attack you. But you can't control that. So. Lose to power levelers and 4-star titans. Yeah, that's a real that's a tough thing for people, I would say, in zone. Sometimes I feel bad for folks in zone 12. They see me come in, Alita bounce, 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 and then she just hacks at the headquarters, and then that's a perfect example of there's nothing they can do. So, oh, we got more requests here. I don't see any requests. Looks like we're at 40 now. We'll figure it out, Red Alert. Who's Cup's con equivalent? Yeah, Super VH got it. It's dead end. Yeah, I try to say both names, but sometimes you catch me not doing it. Apologize for that. Got hit with a 7.3k Titan while your Metroplex is 7k. Yep, that'll do it. In what order would you rank all the combiners? You're going to want me to do another video that's going to go obsolete in a couple of years, right? Well, let's go take a look at the combiners, shall we? Computron, he's leveling. Oh, he's almost done. Going to level 16, going to 17. My Defensor is 19. And you got I found I like Computron a lot. And then probably Defensor. Volcanicus, I like these other, as much as I like Volcanicus, I think those other two are a little bit better. Between Volcanicus and Victorion, yeah, probably Victorion over Volcanicus, maybe, because I like the 4-star ability, where if you time it right, it'll actually kind of affect the whole base after. Kind of like how Defensor, if you fire off the 4-star ability at some point, when your bots come out of it, they're shielded for a short time afterwards. Then definitely Superion near the end, and Optimus Maximus definitely at the bottom. Omega Supreme and Magnaboss I only have at 3 stars, so it's kind of hard to rank them in and amongst the others. Very close to getting 4-star Omega Supreme. I think I'm about 43,000 Shanix, and since I'm so close, I'm probably just going to wait and earn the Shanix for that. I don't know. Haven't decided, because it's like what? It's like $100 for the 4-star part. I think since I'm so close, I think I'd rather just save the Shanix. And Magnaboss, I've used him a couple times, even at this level 10 3-star, and I gotta say he's pretty cool. I'd love to see what his 4-star ability would do. So I think Magnaboss could be pretty cool. But I would say Computron and Defensor at the top, probably Computron first, and then Volcanicus and Victorion, maybe Victorion first, and then definitely Superion next to last, and Optimus Maximus next, dead last, with Omega Supreme and Magnaboss thrown in there somewhere. So that's my rankings of the combiners. I do have Optimus Maximus in my combiner beacon, just because I never intend to ever use him as in battle. So, and his 4-star ability is pretty decent for combiner beacon anyway. Arrow DJ Hart saying 4-star Magnaboss is on par with 5-star Omega. Wow, 5-star Omega is pretty good. Please, yeah. If you can send a video, send it over. I don't have the ability to pull it up on the stream, but you know, if you want to send me a video to look at, sure. Aero DJ Hearts ranking Omega and Magna Boss as the top 2. Yeah, I've definitely heard that from multiple people, but considering I only have the 3-star on each, it's kind of hard for me to say from personal experience. Just because by the fact that they are the only 2 3-stars I have, they're at the bottom. Although I would still probably put them above Optimus Maximus because he just sucks. Sorry, he's terrible. Optimus Maximus is a terrible combiner. So even at 3-star, if I was down to, okay, well, you've got to use 3-star Omega Supreme, 3-star Magna Boss, or 4-star Optimus Maximus, I'd pick the other 2 before I'll pick Optimus Maximus. He's just absolutely not a good combiner whatsoever. Might as well just not even put him in. So you guys are definitely fans of Magna Boss. You guys are definitely agreeing with me on Optimus Maximus. I feel bad for the Decepticons because his counterpart is Bruticus, and there's a lot of Bruticus fans out there. And I just feel bad for all the Bruticus fans to have him be the worst combiner. Smarty Dog's top 2 are Predaking and Laia Kaiser. Yeah, it definitely depends on what bots you have. Like I said, you know, I've definitely heard great things about Omega Supreme and Magna Boss, or for you Decepticons, Overlord and Tripredacus. But considering mine are only 3-star, they're near the bottom, just above Optimus Maximus, only because they're just not as strong as the others. And I don't have the 4-star thing. So. Fitz, if you're still there, I'm sending you a copyright strike for using my sign-off. I'm just kidding. I appreciate the I appreciate that. Like they say, imitation is the highest form of flattery, right? So it did actually warm my heart to see that. Because let me tell you, that little bit there, my little sign off, it was an intentional. It was inspired. I know a lot of you guys are M.Go fans, right? I know a lot of you guys are M.Go fans. Maybe you're not. That's fine. But you've at least seen his videos, and you know he has that particular sign off. And if you're like me and you're watching one of his videos and you get down there, you can say his sign off word for word, and you even probably put the palm in your face, right? And I'm sitting there a few years ago, I'm just like, I want something like that. I'm not going to use that because that would be stealing, but I want something like that. And it took a while to kind of figure it out, because yeah, I tried Till All Are One, but it just sounded weird coming out of my mouth. I was just like, it just, I would do that. If you go find, there's probably a couple of videos where I signed off like that, and I'm just like, it just sounds weird. It just, I mean, it's a cool line. I love it in the Transformers and all that stuff, but to sign off on a video, it just did not feel right to me. And yeah, it took a while. I was sitting there trying to think about what to do, and then did some research on the G1 Hoist toy. You know, it has a motto. Yeah, every on the text-bet card, every bot had a motto, and Hoist is you have to be rolling you have to be rolling before you can be fighting.
is his motto. You have to be rolling before you can be fighting. So I was like, rolling. I could probably use rolling, you know. So then I just, you know, kind of, that's where the keep rolling, my friends. And the see you next time was just, you know, hey, you know, it's pretty standard. But that's where the keep rolling, my friends, came from. It's from Hoist's motto. Keep rolling. You have to be rolling before you can be fighting. I'm giving away my secrets here. So long story short, that's why I was actually quite flattered when I saw that Fitz went and said that. So. Copyright for music. Yeah, you gotta be careful, man. That's why I'm always afraid of music. You know, they say, "Oh, use this service, and no, if I ever use music that's not the game, I got it from the YouTube music library, because that music is given by YouTube with the express intent to be used in YouTube videos. So you're not going to have any copyright issues with that. If you go use some other service, well, first of all, if you just use a popular song that you just grab off the radio and you're listening to Spotify or something, you're just playing your playlist, this copyright hammer is going to, you know, come down hard. But even if you use some of these other services, they say that it's free use or whatever, chances are you probably gotta have a subscription, and what if you don't have the subscription anymore? Then they can come after you, and there's all kinds of issues or whatever. So I just stay away from all that kind of stuff. Action Whales got some combiner rankings. Number 1, Overlord. 2, Tripredicus. 3, Lyokaiser. 4, Abominus. 5, Minosaur. 6, Devastator. 7, Bruticus. I don't see Predaking in there. But otherwise, Overlord and Tripredicus excluded. That's roughly my order as well. Hey, Smarty Dog, here's a little tip. If you hadn't responded to him like that, nobody would have even known he was talking to you. Seeing your comment there, DJ Hart, takes me back to, what was it, the Baja Men or whatever? Who let the dogs out? Well, now we know who let the dogs out. It's getting late. I'm getting loopy. Yeah. Man. Mic drop. Well, we talked about the sign off a little bit, and I think we're getting close to one. Let the dogs out. DJ, it was DJ. I remember I remember used to joke with when that song would be on. You know, they'd be singing the refrain, like, "Who let the dogs out?" I'd be like, "I did," or "He did." You know, so yeah, that was yeah. I was never really big into that music, but you didn't have to be really into hip hop and that kind of stuff. There's no avoiding that song. Sometimes some songs are just so across the board. Even if you're not a fan of the genre, there's no avoiding it. And that's one of those songs.
So, but yeah, I remember. I agree, Just Elite. If anybody is not subbed, they've got to be insane. That means there's only 10,000 sane people in the world. Everybody else is insane. Or are you just talking about people watching the stream right now that aren't subbed? Then that means there's fewer insane people. We'll go with that. So that's TMI there, DJ Hart. TMI. Oh man. Razorquake says it made some people in Discord jealous because I have Earthrise, Skywarp, and Thundercracker, so some people are mad. Yeah, I actually don't have Earthrise, Skywarp, or Thundercracker. I could have had them. I saw them on the shelf. I just didn't want them. I didn't even get Earthrise Starscream because I just got done getting all of the Siege Seekers. I'm like, you're doing it again in Earthrise already? No, forget it. Yeah, I'm happy with the Siege stuff. I did get the Coneheads, though, because they didn't have the Coneheads represented in Siege. So I did get the Earthrise Coneheads. But I did not get the Earthrise original Shrine. So... Oh, just so we clarified, he means everybody out there, not just those watching, not subscribed. He means literally everybody. So, okay, thanks. I feel like Cake says, I feel like Hoist remembers everything that happened in the history of the world. I have never made any claims to that effect. It actually comes up a lot, even at work. I tend to know a lot about a lot of things at work. But, you know, sometimes somebody will ask me a question like, you know, I'm not real sure about that. And I've actually had somebody say, oh my gosh, really? You don't? And so I was like, look, I've never made any claims to say that I know everything. I know a little about a lot, and I know a lot about other things, but I don't know everything. And I may have known something, but I don't remember it. But, you know, so I've never made any claims to know everything. So I do know a lot. I do pay attention to a lot. There's plenty out there that I have zero knowledge of. Basically, give me a Siege Skywarp. No. Isn't there a few memes out there? No. Riddler says, have all the Siege Seekers and all the Earthrise Seekers. Only one didn't go for was the Premium Paint Screamer. Oh yeah, I'm not going for any of the Premium Paint stuff either. It's like, I already got the stuff, you know, that much money they're charging for the Premium Paint. Nah, it's fine. I will say the one Siege mold that I did not get is I did not get Shattered Glass Starscream. That's the one Siege mold that I don't have. I do remember some random things. That's for sure. Time to make new YouTube accounts to get Hoist. No, don't do that. Well, here's the thing. If you're a YouTuber and you see people out there saying, you know, you can buy subs, you can buy subscribers or whatever. There's no point having subscribers if they don't watch your stuff. The interesting thing about YouTube is they say, oh, subscribers don't matter. Subscribers don't matter. What's really important, you know, especially like the YouTube gurus giving you tips on how to do well on YouTube. You got to get the watch time. You got to get the views. You got to get this and that and these numbers and stuff like that. The subscribers don't really matter. Okay, that's all well and good. Then why do they give play buttons for subscribers? So that's kind of the oxymoronic thing about YouTube. Everything else is important, and subscribers is really not important. But you get prizes for subscriber numbers. You unlock new features for subscriber numbers. Like 10,000, I unlocked the ability to have a merchandise thing up there, and I unlocked a few other things by hitting 10,000.
You know, at like 500 subscribers, you unlock community posts, and some, you know, at some other point, you unlock some other thing, and then, you know, 100,000, you get a silver play button. 1,000,000, you get a gold. 10 million, you get a diamond. So at the 1,000 subscribers, you unlock the monetization, the partner program. So subscribers is important, but it's not important. But everything else is important. Subscribers is not important, but it is important. So it's silly. So, but don't buy them. Don't create fake accounts to increase your sub numbers, or anybody else's sub numbers. So sorry, I got triggered. It happens sometimes. So I figured you were messing around. That's fine. Yeah, you're right. The first 1,000 definitely matters. Yeah, and it's not just the first 1,000. But see, here's where watch time. That's actually probably the best example. Yes, 1,000 subscribers is important, but even if you have 1,000 subscribers, if you don't have 4,000 watch hours in the past 12 months, it doesn't matter. You could have 100,000 subscribers. If you don't have 4,000 watch hours, you don't get into the partner program. And honestly, I think they added the watch hours thing because it is easy to go buy subscribers. So. William Wilkinson says that's something YouTube doesn't tell you. Well, here's a little hint. YouTube doesn't tell you anything. You gotta go find it. They don't tell you anything. They'll walk you through setting up a channel, and it's like, here's a couple of basic tips. Have fun. They don't tell you much at all. But there's plenty of channels out there that talk all about getting started on YouTube, tips for improving how you do YouTube. And YouTube does, to be fair, they do have a lot of helpful articles, but you have to go search for it. They don't hold your hand through it. There's a lot of good help articles, even some like a Creator Academy, I think they call it, which has got a lot of good stuff in there. But they don't. But what I'm saying is they don't tell you it. You got to go find it. So. And yeah, it's hard. It's a long grinding road. You're like, when I get triggered, is it like, am I yelling or am I joking? I don't think I've ever yelled on stream before, or I've actually gotten angry. I get animated, I get passionate for sure. But I can't say that I've ever actually gotten legitimately angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. I say that as a joke, but it's true. I don't literally turn into a gigantic green rage monster or anything, but it's not a pretty sight, as I'm sure it is for many people. Cake, this is how it goes at this point in the stream. We go well, once we're done talking about the game. Really, it's kind of ask me anything. Anything goes. So it's kind of funny because, you know, when I hit 10,000 subs, it's like, oh, what do you do? A lot of people do something to mark the occasion or whatever, and you know, a lot of people say, hey, it's 10,000. Hey, do a live stream to celebrate the 10,000. I was like, well, I do live streams every week. That's nothing special. Do a Ask Me Anything stream. I do an Ask Me Anything stream pretty much every week. Yeah, we cover the news, and then once the news is done, I show off my toys. Then it's a Ask Me Anything. So it's kind of funny, all these things they say to do about, you know, 10,000 subs or whatever, do to celebrate or whatever. It's like, that's my normal content. So yeah. This would be saying, please calm down. What's one figure that you want that you currently don't have? Oh, let's see. What's not out yet? Yeah, there's not a lot that I passed on that I really want. If I had to sit there and think about it, what's coming to mind is those Moon Studio train bots. I've kind of had to be careful with my finances and be a little bit more careful with my spending. And so those are a couple that I've had to kind of say no to, at least for now. So I would say if there's anything that's currently out that I'd like to have, I'd say it's those Moon Studio train bots, because they just look cool. You know, outside of Astro Train, and I think there's the action robot, like the little GoBots. There was a little train one. Outside of those, I don't think there's any other little train bots or anything. So I kind of like those. And if I hadn't tried to cut back on my spending, I'd have them. So if there was anything, it'd be those two. Everything else that I want is either pre-ordered or I just haven't seen in the stores yet, because I don't have any of the Bumblebee movie stuff pre-ordered, but I'm sure I'll see them in the stores. So, kind of like those core class guys we looked at earlier. To celebrate 10K subs, you can be a guest on another channel. Is that an invitation? If we can pick a time, I'll do it. I am still wanting to do a little bit more on this channel to where I can actually bring people on. It's just things have kind of been a little crazy lately. I spent all this past weekend, I had a 3-day weekend, I spent all this past weekend in a closet, taking down and putting up shelves. Took the whole weekend and it's still not done. So we'll be back there next weekend. So there's things going on in real life that are keeping me from doing other stuff, and so it's fine. We'll get there, but I've got my eyes on stuff where I can probably start to invite guests. I mentioned it a couple weeks ago, I think. I have not done. I have not given a date for that because I'm just not far enough along. But oh yeah, I've been on Patriot Prime's channel a few times. I think I've been on Bert the Stormtrooper's channel. Yeah, when I think we did a group thing. Might have been on Kato's collection. I think I've been on his channel once. Still haven't been on Deluxe's channel. I need to yell at him. Say, why haven't you got me on around 30 yet? He says, oh yeah, that's right. I need to do that. But he's not calling me. But to be fair, I'm not calling him either. So. Oh, smarty dog with the Rickroll. I think your other account got muted. Well, I didn't do anything. I don't see where anybody did anything. Weird. That Abominous Toy Hacks video was out of control. That was so funny. Patriot Prime went on there. He's pulling. You know, he was doing a drawing for the Abominous Toy Hacks, and he sent the link for us to come join if we wanted to. And I don't join up on a lot of them just because the way when they choose to do it, I've already started doing something else, or I'm tired or whatever. But that night, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm feeling pretty good. Let's go hop on. We'll hang out for a little bit. And then other people came on, and then we went for like 4 hours. If you go watch near the end of the video, I'm pretty sure you'll find at least a couple of spots where you'll find me sitting there with my eyes closed for a little bit, because I was starting to fall asleep. uh, so yeah. But yeah, that was fun. That was a good chat. Um, yeah. Oh my! Look at the time. Almost about to hit 2 hours. It's good. It's good. I like hanging out with you guys, and you know, as long as we got stuff to keep talking about. So if I'm sitting here closing my eyes and not anything else to say, then it's time to go. So, TFD. TFD? Devastation? That's the tough thing about acronyms. You know, so sometimes acronyms can mean mean different things. So, and I work at Kennedy Space Center. It's like alphabet soup out there with all the acronyms. But you ever see that scene in Good Morning Vietnam where Adrian Cronauer's giving the lieutenant the hard time about the vice president's press conference? He is like, you know, the VP, the PC for the VP needs to be on the QT, otherwise we'll be on KP. You know, so just throwing all the acronyms around it. It's hilarious. But it's very much like very much like that at Kennedy Space Center as well. Transformers Domination. Can't say I've heard of it, or if I did, I forgot about it. So, Smarty Dog asked the question. He says Devastation. Yes, I played Transformers Devastation. It's been a very long time, but I thought it was fun. I don't play it on hard mode. I don't play any game on hard mode because I want to enjoy it. I don't care about the challenge. I want to enjoy it. So you know, sometimes I'll play on, you know, like normal mode. But if I can't get past somewhere, crank that difficulty down a little bit, and then I'll get past it. I did that on Fallen Order. I got a little ways through, but there was that one boss, that one Sith guy. I forget where you're fighting him on Dathomir. I can't remember his name. I could not beat him. I would get close, but I just could not beat him. So I was like, okay, difficulty down. Okay, got him. So, oh, it's not a thing? Okay, well, that's why I didn't hear about it. Larkin, good to see you, man. Yeah, he's saying the same thing. He doesn't care about the challenge. He wants to see the story of the game. Exactly. If you can't get past, if you can't even progress through the game, you're missing out on so much of it. You know, it's like, especially games nowadays, they're practically movies that you can actively participate in. And if it's too hard and you can't progress through it, it's like imagine, like, you know, pulling out your favorite movie and you can only watch 30 minutes of it until you go climb a mountain over there, and then you can watch another 30 minutes, and then you go swim across a lake, and then you can watch another 30 minutes. It's like, no. You know, so yeah, I don't always start on easy. I usually just start on the default difficulty level, which is usually medium or whatever, but I will turn it down if I have to. Exactly, choose your own adventure books. Yes, exactly. Fallen Order 2 is officially confirmed. That's cool. I'll definitely be getting into that. Let's see. Quake says, I remember DMing you in Discord about it, creating my own Transformers story called Transformers Divided. Okay, cool. Okay, Just Elite says, time to decide. Got Hotspot, Ratchet, Rhinox, Impactor, and Sludge for 5-star bots. Those are the ones you have. Who do you chase next? So you have Ratchet. So I would pick.
I would pick a batch that does not have a medic in it. You don't need more than one 5-star medic when you only have a handful. And you've already got Ratchet, so... So you've got Sludge and Ratchet from Legacy 4. That means what you have left in there is Prowl, Blaster, and Alita. Dude, go finish Legacy 4. Prowl, Blaster, and Alita are all fantastic. Go finish Legacy 4. See, Cake is agreeing with me. Just Elite says, at least my five-year knowledge is confirmed still good. Yeah. Hey, there's Sunstreaker Waza, and with that, I'd like to say thank you for coming, everybody. I kid, but we're right about at that point of signing off. So of course Waza shows up. I'm fastening my seatbelt, getting ready for the trolls. Yeah, see, there it was. I had my seatbelt ready for you, grind time. Oh man, I can't tell you the last time I played a console game. I've been meaning to. What was it? What was I really kind of wanting to play? I need to go finish Red Dead Redemption 2. I finished it once through, but I didn't do 100% of it, and so I started one where I went through, making sure, you know, slowly progressing through all the different levels. Because once I realized you can't go farther back. Thank you for the money and making the lights flash, but I'm not reading your comment. So I definitely want to go back through and try to finish getting all the 100% on that Red Dead 2. But I did Red Dead 100% Red Dead 1 at least once. I think I did like 99% on another one. And I just like, I just want to start over again. And then I ended up 100%ing it. The hardest thing was like that last poker challenge in, what was it, like Blackwater or something? It was like a high stakes poker. And I just had a tough time. I'm not patient playing poker in these games. But like the one time I did 100% it, I got super lucky. I went in there and got a good hand, and everybody went all in like on like the first or second hand, and that was it, and I got it. So the first time I tried to do it, I was there for, you know, quite a while, and I just gave up and said forget it. But did I watch Walking Dead? No, I'm not a big zombie fan. I'm not saying I'm not saying I've never watched a zombie movie or anything like that, but I'm not a big enough fan to go watch a whole series of it. "100% in games is a huge accomplishment for people who've been fortunate to have done it before." I think the only other one I think I might have done 100% was like Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. I think I did it. And speaking of which, I think I don't know if it's out or if it's almost out. Lego Star Wars for the Switch. I'm pretty sure I've played Lego Star Wars before, but I don't think I've played the. Because I think the Lego Star Wars is like the entire saga, like all 9 films. I think I may have played like just like the original trilogy one or whatever. But so that's probably the next thing I want to do. Oh, Breath of the Wild, that's another one. I played through, I beat Ganon and all that, but I kind of fell short of finishing it. So I started another game, went through. I think I got all of the shrines. The first time through, I wasn't able to complete the I forget what it's called. You know that download thing where you can get like the motorcycle. I got stuck on this one part early on when you're going through the shrines for that one. But then the second time through, after being gone for like 2 years, I went back through. I'm like, oh, I was so stupid all this time. I should have just done this. And then that part was easy, and then I figured out the rest of it fairly easily too. So, so I got the motorcycle, and then that's about where I moved on to something else. So, but yeah, there's still some stuff that I haven't quite done. I don't think I'm gonna go through for all the beeping Deku seeds though. Like 900 of them. That's kind of crazy. Thunderblight Ganon is absolutely the worst boss in the game. 100%. 100% agree with that. No, Smarty Dog. Thunderblight Ganon. You know, Thunderblight Ganon is 100% the worst. Especially if you're doing it in the Divine Beast. Because the weird terrain and where you got to go, that makes it extra hard. If you're like on flat, a flat battlefield or whatever, it would be a little bit easier. But in that Divine Beast, there was this one in the camel, right? Oh, that's terrible. It's pretty difficult. Why is it hard to beat? Because it's like super fast, like impossibly fast. You have to time it just right, and you got to use the magnetic thing as he drops all these spikes everywhere, and they'll shock you. And sometimes you can't get out of the way, so you kind of got to quick recover and use your little magnetic rune to pick the thing up and kind of hit him with it, and then to stun him, and then you got to use arrows or some other stuff to slash. And it's almost impossible to do without taking damage, and and almost need to make sure you have some kind of food or healing potion or something. And yeah, it's nightmare. A giant eagle thing from Falling Order. I vaguely remember. The bat? On Dathomir? Yeah, I seem to remember that was kind of bad. Or wait, did Kashyyyk have one? Like that? It's been a while. Been a while. I know there was that giant bat on Dathomir, and I almost want to say Kashyyyk had a big flying thing. Oh, that's right. I totally forgot the lightning makes you drop all your stuff too. Yeah, exactly. You can skip that with an ancient arrow. Yeah, I don't really. Ancient arrows are so expensive. I don't use them for a whole lot.
Like the first time through, I didn't use much, and my strategy for dealing with the Guardians was mostly avoid them. So I didn't get a lot of ancient parts for like the ancient weapons or for the ancient armor or anything like that. But the second time through, I made it a point to start going through and actually seeking out the Guardians to attack them. So I did want to make sure I had a fairly decent supply of ancient arrows, and I definitely worked on the whole reflect with your shield kind of a deal. So the Shrine Guardian fights, they're difficult at first, but once you kind of figure out the pattern and you get a little bit of practice, they're not too bad. DJ Hart says, guess what? What? I'll play. Yeah, I agree. Once you can beat the Guardians, you can beat it pretty easily. The new Kingsman movie is excellent. Watch it. That's it. I knew that was coming. You're welcome. You still need to see Spider-Man No Way Home. Well, get on it, man. Can you backflip dodge a Shrine Guardian spin attack? I don't think so. You know what I would always do with those is and the ones that have pillars, you just go hide behind the pillar. He's gonna go and spin into that. I think you can side flip dodge it. And it's not the spin attack where it comes at you, but where he does the laser beam when it sits in one place and does a laser beam around. It actually creates a draft, so if you do a little jump and put your little glider up, you'll actually glide up in the air. And then you pull out your arrow, it stops the time, and then you can hit him with the arrow, which will stun him. And then you can go hack at him. Yeah, we're just going in all sorts of directions tonight, huh? I don't think you can parry the spin attack where he's spinning and he comes shooting at you. I think even if you have a shield up, he's just gonna knock you over. Ah, yeah, I didn't even think about that, Cake. I always forget about Cryonis or Cryonis. I always forget about the ice pillars. Even in some of the dungeons where it's so obvious it should be that I'm sitting here stuck. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I was like, oh, puddle, ice. Okay. How did I like Book of Boba Fett? I thought it was a great Star Wars show. It was a little weird for a boat to be called a Boba Fett show, honestly, because it just the fact that it took all the departures that it took. But overall, I liked it. I thought there was a lot of great stuff in there. It's just a little weird how they told it. How long has it been? A couple weeks since the last episode? 2-3 weeks or whatever. Yeah, I don't want to get into spoilers just yet. But the best part of Boba's story was the flashbacks. I think I liked every part of the flashback stories. And then yeah, the Mandalorian 2.5 parts were good, and the finale was awesome. I think a lot of people
I mean, the criticism about the way that it was told with the flashbacks and the departure to the Mando and story and all that stuff, that's absolutely valid. I mean, I wasn't bothered by it, but it's definitely weird. A lot of people are. It's like, oh, that's not my Boba Fett. Well, no, it's not. The Boba Fett you've been building up in your head all this time is the Boba that existed before he got tossed in the Sarlacc pit. This is post Sarlacc pit Boba who grew and decided the ways that you were remembering him or wishing that he was. He's done with that. This is Boba becoming a different person. Still great, but it's so a lot of people are just they wanted a different, they wanted Boba Fett from a different point in his life than where we got him. So. The Master Trials. Oh, is that the one where you do it like after you beat it, and then they go and they increase the difficulty? No, I have not done that. Go back to my previous conversation about I want to enjoy the game, not be challenged by it. If it's too hard, it's not fun, so I'm not going to do it. Lionels? Yeah, that's another one that you kind of gotta practice and figure out. I used to just avoid them like the plague, but then I started realizing, I need the parts. I need to go figure out how to fight them. So I started learning how to fight them, and so they're still tough. But once you can figure out a good strategy for them, it's not quite as bad. I will definitely say if you're still doing it and you're going to go fight a Lionel, definitely make yourself some increase attack food and plenty of hardy food that doesn't have any other abilities. So eat some attack boost food, get yourself a nice strong weapon, and go in there, attack him, and hack away, because you're going to cause a lot more damage with your attack up. Equip some increased attack armor. That'll cause a lot more damage for the swipes that you take at them, and you're going to take some damage, so that's why you eat the other food to restore your hearts. And it takes a little while, but you can do it. There's videos out there of people coming in there, taking a Lionel down, and it's just like your jaw drops at the things they do. Yeah, it's crazy, but they're intimidating, to be sure, but they're doable. You just got to figure out a strategy and practice with it. All right. Weird Al's Star Wars song was it? The Saga Begins, I think is what it's called. The crazy thing I heard about that song is that he wrote that because The Phantom Menace was coming out. And he wrote that, and he hadn't even seen the movie. He had just kind of like seen trailers or saw a synopsis. And he wrote that song based on that. And almost practically nailed it. He wrote most of that. He didn't release it until after the movie came out. But he said, based on the synopsis and stuff that he heard, he wrote that song, and then when he saw the movie, he said he didn't have to change much. He actually nailed it pretty good. So. All right, I killed Just Elite's iPad. Been on so long, we ran that iPad battery down to nothing. All right. The Cyrannican guy. Maybe Vader later, but it's just a small fry. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna make me break out my Weird Al album. Oh, all right.
phone is almost dead. Don't kill my phone. Okay, we gotta stay on until we kill Razorquake's phone. Point growth speedrun Zelda on Master Mode usually does something. Oh yeah, the speedruns where they start from the beginning and then go just straight to Ganon. With the way that they like set the bomb, they hack down a tree and use the metal plate, and then they set a bomb and they get on the thing and they just launch themselves across the map and then just grab onto the castle as they go flying by. It's insane. It's absolutely how does anybody figure out how to do that? Much less actually execute it when they want to. How do they even figure out that that's even possible? It's crazy. Oh man. Anyway, what does Smarty say? Bird first, elephant second, lizard third, camel last. I always seem to go to the elephant first, and and the bird last for some reason. Then I end up doing like the lizard or the camel. It's the second and third. I can't remember which one's which. So, oh, cool! Yeah, cool shirt. Yeah, I totally forgot to do this. This is the one I was talking about the other week. This is the siege with all the Decepticons, and it's got Brunt is on a shirt. So when she gave me this shirt, I'm looking at this. I'm just looking at that. I'm just like, and she's, what? Do you not like it? I'm like, and I'm like, no, I like it. It's just I never expected to see this guy on a shirt. Never in a million years would I have expected to see that character on a shirt. I cannot tell you where to get it because it was a gift, and she won't tell me where she got it. I'm pretty sure it says Hasbro on the back, so not sure. Pretty sure she didn't go to Hasbro for it, but I know she does a lot of shopping on Amazon, so it might be on Amazon. Maybe search Amazon for Transformer shirts. Who gave it? My girlfriend. She's given me almost all of the Transformer shirts and hats that I wear. She got good taste in Transformer stuff. Wind Blight is the easiest? Yeah, I think so. Where's your quick? I come back after so long. This is what you do to me? Dude, plug it in. Yeah, she is very kind. That indeed. Oh, you guys are making me want to go play Zelda. Which is not a bad thing. Alright, well. Couple more questions then we'll... Let's see, I got 10:23 here. We're going to be off by 10:30. Yeah, DJ Hart saying, as an electrical engineer at NASA, are you also a Star Trek fan? Yeah, oh yeah, I like Star Trek too. It's just, I don't know. It's just there's just more Star Wars lately. But oh yeah, I've watched Next Generation. Not so much the original series. I just because that was before my time. But I've watched the Next Generation at least twice through. And it really that's mostly it. The movies and like the Next Generation. A lot of the other stuff I was just off doing other stuff. I've seen some Deep Space Nine, and I think I've seen some Voyager. I haven't watched Picard only because I don't have the streaming service. I think they made like what the first episode or set 2 episodes freely available, and I watched that. I thought it looked like a good show, but it wasn't enough to get me to sign up for the streaming service. So.
Grind Time says Deep Space parentheses is the best and his favorite. Too late. I already saw it and made fun of you for it. Message retracted. Wait, what is this? I like J.J. Abrams' Star Trek movie. Yeah, I thought those were pretty good. Yeah, the ones with Chris Pine and all three. I can only recall two of them. I may have missed the third one. I've heard Lower Decks is pretty good too. I haven't ever seen it, but I've definitely heard people talk about it. Yeah. Still on the iPad, that last 1% is the hardest to kill. I love it. It's just hanging on by a thread. It's like on a ledge, and it's just hanging by a fingertip, but it refuses to let go. It refuses to let go. Brave Milton, for the glory of the Empire. Good night and goodbye. Kapla. I don't even. That's what they say. That's what the Klingons say, right? I forget what the context is. Isn't that like a cheer, like a victory or something? Did you know on Duolingo? That's where I'm kind of learning French, although I haven't done it in a few months. But you can learn Klingon on Duolingo. I think you can also learn Old Valyrian from Game of Thrones too. So yeah, crazy. All right, folks. I think that's about it. It's been great talking all this other stuff. So, yes, Star Trek, Zelda, various other things. It's always a good time. We're into overtime now, and I'm getting tired, and it's time to head on out of here. And let's see. Okay, I gotta get everything all set, ready to go. All right. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys next week as usual. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends. We'll see you next time.